Get some nice push. Move on to some duns towards the end of the case. Okay. Watch your quill because it will tear. We still have wet ink over here and still wet ink right here. And this is the part that you will see me move around to, is somewhere that doesn't have ink already. Knock out some of these cool shapes. We can play around with this here. Take our time and do our detail. We're gonna do his ear. And hair texture is very important also, so make sure it looks different than all the stuff that you're inking. So it should look different than the coat, than the collar. Some nice organic lines. And also, you know what, I'm gonna probably be using white paint to touch up some stuff on my way out of finishing this piece. Inkers use white ink and black ink, so we can get the final result that we want. Add some bounce to your line. Make sure you clean your products, your quill. Remember, I was working on a page and my quill snapped. It actually broke on the page and it flicked. A big mess on my page, and I'm like, it happens. And you give yourself some personal praise sometimes, you know, when you throw some perfect lines, you know, like, man, that was good, that was perfect. And I'm using a Hunt 102 nib. I started off using that under matte batting, under bat. So I've mastered that. Quills come in all different sizes, 103, all types of sizes. So it's not like you have to get the 102 to be an inker. Would I recommend a 102? Yes, because it's sharp, it's clean. It can give you the lines of a 001, or it can go as hard as a 5, as thick as a border. So you have to figure out what tool that you want to use, and what tool is easier. I've seen inkers use brushes. I've seen I was told inkers only use brushes. So when I started inking, I was like, oh my God, no, I'm using microns. Whoa, this is, realistically, this is all I can afford is going to Michael's or the art supply store and buying me a pack of microns. And I was going through packs and packs and packs of it over and over because they dry out super fast. I got some on my desk right now, and they dry out super fast if you don't use them. And I'm like, there got to be something simpler to ink with. And I even sometimes I even inked with a magic marker, and I'm like, nah, the line quality is not there. And this is back in the early 2000s because I started inking in 2000, say 2003 or so. So as I leveled up as inking, I realized that there's other tools that I can use. And this tool right here is easier, and I put a green thing around it because it kind of smashes your finger, but you don't get the indentation. I remember inking so much that I had an indentation on my finger until I realized that, hey, you can buy a little squishy thing and put it over the nib. Yeah, I've seen David Finch wrap his pencils with putty, and it works out. It came out really, really cool. And I'm like, you know, David Finch does draw all day long. He has to be comfortable. Me inking this picture, I have to be comfortable. So, in order to be comfortable, you need to have the tools that is required to make your job easier. So, figure that out, guys. Getting some good lines. Sometimes you forget what you was doing. It's all good though. Come in here, pop that. Taking up the armor. I think I wanted to add some technical lines here. Like so. Some small indentations, put some feathering here. There's a core shadow here. Just gonna black that out and drop that right there. And find a penciler that you're really comfortable with. There's a lot of pencilers that I do struggle with inking, and there's a lot of pencilers that I think is just robotic when I ink them. So what I'm really looking for, you know, some big names like Mark Silvestri, love his stuff. It's so scratchy. I mean, Williams go over that like, to me, like butter. Brett Booth on that spine is amazing. David Finch stuff is elite. There's a lot of great artists out there. Tyler Kirkham stuff is great. You know, I had the pleasure of working with him back in the day. I've been looking at a lot of other names that's been inking. There's so many. But what, you know, my style of inking is image. You know, it's heavily detailed. So I'm looking for an artist that over embellishes the work. So by the time I do come and touch it with the inks, it's gonna amplify it by 1,000. You know, imagine somebody just taking all their time and spending it on your pencils. An extra step. So that's what we're doing right here. Is we giving the penciler an extra step for detail and line weights and being organic, and we're adding clarity and depth to their actual image, and that's what pencilers are looking for. Does it sell? Does it sell books? A team sells books. So your penciler, inker, the colorist, the writer, the company, it's all a group effort. So it can't be like we sell books because of Scott Williams worked on it, or this and that, or Weems worked on it, or a lot of other big names worked on it. It's like, it was a group effort. Everybody worked on the book. So by everybody sharing the love, it increases the sales. I never felt robbery and was like, you know what, I sold a book and it sold XYZ copies and it's because of me. It doesn't work that way. So definitely, I don't want to say get big-headed, but definitely take into consideration that that's a team effort. And I could throw these free-handed, but what I'm looking for right now is a nice smooth line. Let me first do that cape. I think I want to do that a couple times. Really thick to thin. And that, I'm gonna wait for that to dry before I hit that spot. I'm gonna put an X on here because I'm gonna make that black X right here. And this is gonna be the little X war. Call it X wars because we have to remember and zoom in with our eyes to figure out where did we put all of our X's. Right. Sometimes while you're inking, you do zone out into a different world. So I want some good line weights on this piece right here. I told you guys the magic happens off camera, so I will get some nice, beautiful lines with my hand. And I'm like, oh man, I forgot to record it. Alright, that came out perfect. That's wet, so we're gonna move around. Draw some lines. Trying my best not to go to the bottom of the page, guys, while the ink is drying, because I definitely want to get this cape done. It's coming out good.